Hello everyone, this is Johannes and you are watching Ramblings on the Week here on Board Gaming Ramblings. And there has been a couple of weeks without any rambling video like this. I'm sorry for that, but now we're back and we're gonna ramble about the week that has been going on, and a lot of stuff has been going on. I have been playing so many games, so this video is basically gonna be like talking about a lot of different games that I've got to play, because the last weekend of the Easter vacation here in Norway, we usually go to Sweden, to Gothenburg, to a gaming convention called Gothcon, which doesn't have anything to do with goths, which a lot of people think about because it's called Gothcon. It's because it's called Gothenburg, so it's Gothenburg Con. So it doesn't really have to be a goth to be there, so I don't have to wear all black and be gothic. I can just be myself and play board games, and it's really cool. It's a really nice festival with like 2.5 people. That's like a really small festival. It's like 2.5 people. I don't know how that will even work, but it's 2,500 people. It is at this festival. They're playing board games, role-playing games, miniatures games, magic. Everything gaming-wise is on this con, and we are usually going there to play lots of board games. We are kind of strange con-goers like this, because in this con, I usually just go with my friends and I play with my friends. I don't need to play with all these different people on this con, because I just want to go there to have these 2 days of playing with people I like and people I know I will like to play with, and usually to get to play a lot of new games. Usually, when I got there like a couple of years ago, we always went there to play new hot games, to buy new games, to buy hot games. But the more I buy games, the more I get into the industry of games. Like I went to Essen last year and I bought almost anything I would need. So I almost haven't got a new game until now this year. So with the last couple of years, we have been playing more older titles which have been really nice, and we're going to talk about those in a second. I just want to say like thank you to everybody who's watching my videos, and it's really great to have you out there. I hope you enjoyed the kicking around episode that I did about Kickstarter. I'm going to do another one of those this week. It was fun to make, and it looked like a lot of people enjoyed the video, and that made me happy. So other than that, there's going to be some reviews soon. There's going to be more top 10s coming. Cinema is not going to be here now again until summer, I think. There are not going to be any more videos with cinema until summer. But then we're going to do our top 50 of all times, and hopefully quite a bit other top 10 lists and videos with cinema as well. That's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. It is so much fun having other people on. I'm trying probably to get some other people to do a top 10 with, because I think top 10 lists are more interesting with two people or more people talking about the list, just not one person rambling on about their top list. I found that making top 10 lists myself was okay, it's good, but I do enjoy them more with more people, and it seems like people enjoy watching them more with at least 2 people discussing it as well. So I'm going to try to do that in some upcoming top 10 lists. But games, we played so many new games. It was so much fun. I was like I really wanted to play some new games, and we got to play lots of them. I have them written down, so just gonna go through them. I'm gonna try and not talk like 10 minutes for each game, because then this video is gonna be like 2 hours long, but just give a little bit of impressions about what I think about. Some of these games are older, some of them are newer. I have never played any of these games before. So, the first game we played at this con was Hansa Teutonica. This is a game I have heard about quite a lot, quite some time. One of the older titles, you know. When I say older, I mean everything that's more than like 2 years old. Because in the board gaming world, everything moves so fast, and it's like, oh, I play this game, it's pretty old. It came out like in January 2018. It's so old, it's like already gone. You can't play it anymore because 20,000 new games has come on Kickstarter after that. You know, that's so fast it's going, so these are some older titles. I don't really know when they were released, all of them, but I know they are older games. Hansa Teutonica was a game I have heard quite a few things about. I didn't know anything about how the game played, but I saw it on the shelf and I was like, yeah, let's play that. One thing that really struck me when I opened the box, like, where are the components? Because there's basically no components in the game. Nothing. We didn't just play with a box of air. I was like, yeah, this is a really interesting game. No, there's a couple of boards. You have a player board, there's a main board, and then you have some cubes, and you have a couple of discs. And that's everything in the game. So what you're doing in this game is you're trying to make routes and get into offices to block people, to get points, to upgrade your different abilities, and basically end up being the player with the most points in the game. This is a classic Euro game, which I really enjoyed playing. The only thing I didn't enjoy, and one thing that would have been upgraded if they did it again, was some kind of way to distinguish between the cubes that were on the roads and the cubes that were in the offices, because that was almost impossible. It was really just looking. That's like the downside of having so few components, is that when you look on the board, you only see cubes and a couple of round discs here and there, but mostly just cubes, and you have to look really close to see what is this cube, what does this cube do, what does this cube mean. So it's a fun game, not a game I'm gonna buy, not a game I need to play again. I will if somebody say like, yeah, I love Hansa Teutonica and I want to play it. I will play it if somebody say it, especially if they say it like that. Yeah, I want to play the game. If they say it like that, I don't know why they would do that. But if they do that, I will play the game. So if you see me at the con, you come up and say like, I want to play Hansa Teutonica, I will play it with you, but you have to have your own copy, because I'm not carrying it around. A copy I don't own just to play the game if somebody says they want to play the game. And that's Hansa Teutonica. The next one is also a game I have heard so much about. Like, I didn't know a lot about how you play the game, but I heard his name everywhere all the time, and I saw the box like, yeah, I'm gonna try that game. And that game is Kahless. This is an older worker placement game where you place workers, but the thing that's really interesting is that you have this road of where you place workers, and only everything up to this little white disc. I don't remember his name in English. I don't remember his name in English. A bailiff? No, that's the other guy. Provost. I think it's something like a provost. Provost. We try with that. If it's wrong, it's not that. But provost. We try with that. Something like that. And you can move him with different actions to try to block people from doing different actions. So basically, you're going to program your actions first, placing out the workers, and then you're going to go through all the actions up to this provost and do those actions. So you can gamble, try, okay, I want to do this new action, because when new buildings get built, it's some of the actions you can do. You build them on the road further and further apart, and you're going to be like, oh, I really want to do this action, but will this action even be activated? It's a gamble. I would try it. And also you can place people in the castle to build the castle up and get points that way. It's a nice game. It was really, really fun. Another game I will rank like at 7.5. It's a really good game, but I will probably not play it again. Maybe I will play it at the con again, but I don't know if I will. I will never buy the game at all, because there's so many games coming out. And not that I don't like older games, but I don't see myself buying these older games and playing them enough to feel like I need them. Not a lot of them, that is. The next we got to play is a game I actually bought. I didn't buy many games at Con now, and I didn't buy any games at the new game stores. I just went into the store who had this selling off collections, people who didn't want the games anymore, and looking at the shelf, and one game I saw was like, I'm gonna buy that game. Like, I love that feeling, looking at the game show, be like, how do they have that game? I want that game in my life right now. And that game was Small City from Alban VR. As you can see, this is a huge box. The game should be called Huge Box Small City. This is a heavy game. This is a really, really complicated game. We played it twice, not 7 times, we played it twice. The first time we played it was really late, and I tried to tell the rules for this game. This game has a lot of rules. So basically what you're going to do in this game is build a city. And it's a grid, and you're placing buildings on the grid, paying money to place them. And also there's a ton of different placement rules. How can you play them? How can you not place them? Well, how do you want to place them to get them to grow, to get bigger, to move, to make your city grow of itself? This is basically in all of Alban VR games I have played with Small City, Card City XL, and Town Center, not with tramways in the same way. You're playing in Small City, making the city grow, and that's what you're doing here as well. You're going to try to place out this puzzle, placing them the right way. You're going to use workers, people who live in your city. You're going to have to get people to live in your city, and then you can employ them for different jobs. Who will give you money, will give you resources that you can turn into money, or you can use for buildings, so you can turn them into victory points. You can send people to other players' boards to be tourists and do actions for you there, but then they can die because there's pollution. If you get the most pollution every round, you're going to have to kill one of the guys in your suburb, and there's so much going on in this game, but I love it. I love. It's fun. I like fun. It's a really fun game. It's out of print now, but I know that Alban VR is working on a new version of this game that's coming to Kickstarter. I think, like the rumors I heard, it's coming to Kickstarter sometimes in 2019, 2020. Alban can tell me if I'm wrong, but he said something like that maybe sometimes. This is not an official statement by any means. The only downside I can say about this game is this box is huge. This box didn't need to be this huge. I have no idea why this box is this huge. The components of this game uses kind of roughly like 40% of this box. So we didn't need this huge of a box, but it's a really good game, and a game I really hope to play again soon because it's so much fun. So that was the first day of the con. Then we got some sleep and we got to play more games the second day, because that's what we do at the con. We play games. The first game we got to play was a game called Lancaster by Queen Games. This is a game I just heard the name. I never heard about the game anymore than like Lancaster. I've seen the picture of it. I have seen the name. I didn't know anything about this game. I was like, yeah, let's play this one. That's one of the things I enjoy about the con, is that we can actually sit down and play a game we don't know a lot about, but I checked BGG and was pretty high on the list, and I wanted to check it out. So we read the rules, or I read the rules and I taught the game, which is how we do it in these cons. I sit down, I read the rules, while the other players like try to set up the game as best as they can, or they just sit on their phones, and then I will teach the game and we will play it. Lancaster was a fantastic game. This was one of the games I thought like I maybe want to buy this game. I don't know if I would ever get to play it again, because there's so many games. As I usually say, I'm not going to say it anymore. Too many games, too little time. That's how it is all the way. But I really want to play this game again. It was really interesting. Area control game with these workers that are different kind of heights. And you have this level 1 workers, that is this on height, level 2 workers, which is double the size than level 3, and level 4, which is kind of like 4 times the size of a level 1 worker. And you have to upgrade them, or they're not workers, there's knights or something. I call them worker because you place them like a worker placement game. A knight, this is a knight placement game. And you're going to place them out in different places. People can push you out, and then you have to place them another place. You can go to war with France and try to kill the French and get points for that, or you can try to influence, kind of counsel people to get into your council meeting board, so that you will get more cubes that you can vote with, because you're going to vote in some new laws that will give different scoring opportunities every single round of the game. And yeah, it was a nice, pretty short, like 1 hour and 15 minutes or something of playtime with 4 players. We really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun playing Lancaster. Lancaster. The next one we played was by the same designer. It's called Glenmore. This is another one I heard so much about. Didn't know a lot about it, other than it was a tile-laying game. So this has one of those things that you do in patchwork, where it's always the person who is last in the queue's turn. So you can jump forward to get a tile, but then it's going to be a while till it's your turn. Or you can jump short, but it's going to be your turn again. So it was a nice game where you're going to try to build an engine, placing the tiles in legal positions, and then activating tiles around it to produce resources, score those resources and stuff like that. It was an interesting game. I enjoyed it. Not one of my favorites from the con, but a game that I'm really happy that I got to play. That is Glenmore. I heard something about there's going to be a reworking of it with a new theme and kind of a different gameplay. So I'm looking forward to check out how that is. If I remember what it's called, if you heard about it and I remember what it's called, please comment in the comment section of this video about the new version of Glenmore. We played even more games, and then we got to play a game called The Walled City. This is a game I have loosely heard about because my neighbor bought it because somebody on the heavy cardboard Slack said something about it. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was like a short, lighter, kind of heavier filler kind of game. This game wasn't really that interesting. It tried to be something that it wasn't, while being something that it doesn't want to be. For me, it felt a little bit long to be a filler, felt a little bit short to be anything else, felt a little bit chaotic. What you're going to do is that you're going to place roads and place some dudes on both sides of the roads, and you're going to place some walls and place dudes on the walls and in the towers, and you're going to do kind of an area majority scoring for all the different areas 2 times in the game. It's going to be 2 rounds, one where you play the roads and one where you play the towers. The game was okay, nothing I'm going to use so much more time to talk about. It was just an okay game, which It was fun to play it, but I'm never gonna play it again. That's The Walled City. Then we played an older McGurt's title, a Rondel game. I haven't played any of his Rondel games before. I only played Concordia, which I love, and Transatlantic, which I don't love so much, which you can see in my review if you haven't seen that already. This is like, I heard that he's like the king of Rondels, and I really want to play some of his Rondel games, and one of those is Hamburgum, or Hamburg, the city, where you're going to try to build up the churches of Hamburgum or Hamburg, and you're gonna get points for that, and be the winner is the person who build the churches the best, and also build different other buildings around the city. It was a really nice game, which I was really bad at. This is a game like it's really short, so if you do a couple of wrong moves in the beginning of the game and somebody else does the right moves, it's gonna be hard to get him again, especially if all people don't know the game, or if everybody knows the game. It's probably maybe gonna be easier, I don't know. It was a nice game. It made me really want to play some other of McGurt's Rondel games. So if you have a favorite McGurt's Rondel game, please let me know about it so I can check it out somehow and play it, because that would be really cool, because I like some of his games, especially Concordia, so I would love to play like his best Rondel games as well. There's only a couple more left. This next one we didn't really get a good feeling about, because we played it in the middle of the night, and everybody except me was like so tired. I was really tired, but I'm pumped playing games, so they were almost sleeping when I taught the rules, but we still decided to play it, and that was Stephenson's Rocket. This is a game I have backed on Kickstarter, and I thought like, yeah, let's play the old version and see if it's any good. It's a train game like Chicago Express and all these Paris Connection, all these like light, middle, well, really light, like mini versions of 18xx style games. And Stephenson's Rocket was really nice. I really enjoyed it. The other didn't really enjoy it, but I hope I will get him to play it again when my Kickstarter edition of the new version of the game comes along. I enjoyed the merging of the companies that you can do. I enjoyed the lightness of the decisions, of the actions. I enjoyed this game, and I'm looking forward to playing the new version when it comes out, and hopefully give the other players a better impression of the game as well. The last game we got to play at this con was a What's Your Game title, a publisher who makes really great game. We played Nippon the first night of the con. I didn't mention it here because it's a game I have played so many times before, and there's so many games to talk about, so I didn't want to fill this video with even more games. We played Nippon. I played Madeira a couple of times the last couple of weeks. I really enjoyed those two games, the game from Paolo and Nuno. They are really, really good. I haven't played other games from What's Your Game. I have played Railroad Revolution, which is an okay, decent game, which I have enjoyed, but probably won't play again. It's a little bit light, and it feels, yeah. It is going to be an expansion for it. Maybe I'm going to get that. Probably not, because I don't get expansions, but I like the feeling of maybe I can get an expansion if I want to sometimes, or something like that. But yeah, I actually got to buy two What's Your Games What's Your Game games from the used game store. One of them was Vasco da Gama. We didn't get to play that one yet. I am looking forward to it, even though Tommy Vassell hates it, which usually doesn't mean anything to me, because I love a lot of games that he doesn't like, and I love a lot of games that he does like, so, well, just like that. But I didn't play that yet. We did get to play this game right here called Signore. This is a dice drafting game where you're gonna place workers, or I mean, you're gonna train up your men, different jobs, and you're gonna send your women to get married. This is a really strange theme for a game. Like, why haven't there been like a huge reaction to this game? Because people, especially I feel like Americans and people all over the world probably, but I feel like people get so like stressed out and angry about things in games, like a lot of things like, oh, you can't have this in this game, oh, this is a problem. This game actually says men can do jobs, women can get married. That's kind of how this game is. I don't care, because it's a historical theme. That's how it was in Italy at that time. I don't remember what time this is, but it's an older game. This is in Italy now, so you're not going to think like, oh, women can't have jobs in Italy. That's not how it is. I guess women can have jobs in Italy. I haven't been to Italy. Oh yeah, I have actually been to Italy, but I don't remember because I was so young. So I guess women had jobs. I didn't just get married and had kids. But this game is about that, getting them married, giving them kids, trying to have this really cool puzzle on your player board where you're going to get helpers to get extra actions every time you take a die of a specific color. This game is amazing. This is the second best game we played at the con. The best one was Small City, so Small City is the best game I played at the con. And then Signori, we played it 2 times. I played it 1 time with Sunniva after we came home and 1 time at the con. Those are the games I played at Gothcon. Quite a few games there. The last game I want to talk about, I know this video is pretty long now, but the last game I want to talk about is a game I got to play last night. I have been wanting to play one of these games for a long time, and finally it happened. I got to play an 18xx game. I have been kind of scared of 18xx games, like, oh, these huge train games, but the more kind of train games I play, the more heavier games I play, I'm like, I want to play one of these 18xx games to see what it's all about. And we got to play, my neighbor got a copy of one of the easiest noob-friendly ones called 1846 Race for the Midwest. He thought it to us in like 30 minutes something, and I was like, these rules aren't really that hard. The rules for this game, like if you're used to play heavy board games, you're gonna feel like the rules for this game is kind of a midweight game, like a midweight plus. There's not so many rules. There's some kind of exceptions here and there. There are some small rules, but like after teaching Small City, there's a couple of days earlier, this was like, this is just a ride in the park for the rules, and the game was so much fun. This is a game where you starting up companies, different railroad companies, driving them around the map, getting income, giving income to people who have shares, giving income to people who to the company, building new trains. Some trains get rusted, so they get out of the game. You can't use them anymore. You have to time that. You have to build stations so that you can actually move through cities. You have to get the most points, which is money. This is such a fun game. We spent like I think 3 hours and 45 minutes playing a 3-player game. It was just fun from beginning to end. I didn't feel like there was any downtime because I was always thinking about what I want to do, and I was always involved in other players' turns because I wanted to see what they were doing and also how much money I would get of the shares I had in their companies. This is a great game. If you want to play an 18xx game, check out 1846. GMT Games have made a beautiful, productive copy of the game, which I really, really think you should go out and get if you want to try out an 18xx game, which is not hard, not too mean, and just a beautiful, great game. And those are all the games I played in the last week, which I wanted to talk about. I played a couple more, but these are the ones I want to talk about today. And that's the end of the video. If you still are watching, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me that you are watching, that you're subscribing to my channel. Comment below, what games have you played? Which of these games do you think like, I really want to play those games? Or if you have played quite a few of these games, which of these are your favorite game? So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes. You've been watching Ramblings on the Week here on Board Gaming Ramblings. Bye bye.